Chris Jenkins from Charlotte Vibe, and I'm gonna just ask your forgiveness and my nasal congestion type stuff. So I got it going on. I feel good. It's just all this that's here going on. But welcome to my Day After Thoughts. I'm going to combine this with the playoff chances that I do. Said I was gonna do it every week until they have zero chance. So right now they mathematically have a chance. Gonna, as always, give you my prediction. Unfortunately, I don't think that they're gonna make it. I'm a fan, I want them to make it, but I don't think that they're gonna make it. But for all you optimists out there, and how can they make the playoffs right now? I'm gonna give you one of the complicated scenarios in which they can make the playoffs, all right? Of course, number one, the Panthers have to win both of their remaining games versus the Atlanta Falcons and then against the New Orleans Saints. So if that happens, here's a scenario where they make the playoffs. You ready? So the Vikings have to lose to the Lions in Week 16. The Eagles have to beat the Texans in Week 16. Then the Buccaneers need to lose to the Cowboys in Week 16. And the Bears need to beat the Vikings in Week 17. Two more scenarios for you for this to work out. You ready? The Redskins then beat the Eagles in Week 17. And lastly, the Giants beat the Cowboys in Week 17. Carolina Panthers make the playoffs. So if you remember all that, that's all that needs to happen for the Carolina Panthers to make the playoffs. But Day After Thoughts now about the Panthers and the Saints. It was a game in which I said if we score first, I think that we could win. If the Saints score first, I think we're going to be in a lot of trouble. The game actually was a tight game, a lot lower scoring than I thought it would be. I'm sure a game that Rivera likes because he likes those low scoring games. I thought of Pat Coltrane for that because when Rivera made comments about, I think it was the Chiefs, I'm sorry, I forget, some West Coast game where it was like 50-50 or so. He said that he hated those type of scoring, but let me get back on track. We still have not played complementary football, meaning that the offense plays well, the defense plays well. The defense gets a turnover, the offense goes and scores a touchdown. We still can't get that to happen. The Panthers defense looked pretty good, stopping Drew Brees, Kamara, and all those weapons that they have, limiting them to field goals early on in the game. And our offense just started punting, interception, punt, and couldn't make anything happen. And we did have some self-inflicted things. So, you know, when you look at this game, I could have a super long video talking about the DJ Moore fumble, talking about the interception late in the red zone. But just looking at it as a whole, wasn't able to really play complementary football because that's the offense not playing good with the defense playing good. Then you go to I mentioned the interception by Cam Newton. Definitely the biggest question is, should Cam Newton be rested for the rest of the season? I feel like he should be rested at this point, and let's go ahead and get fixed whatever he needs to get fixed. Even if he doesn't have surgery next week, a conversation should be had about that because he's your franchise quarterback. He's got your big contract. So you need to go ahead and protect that guy and let him get his rest so he can get healed up for the future. And when Ron Rivera was talking about it today, he wouldn't give clarity on saying exactly what is bothering Cam, which I think is a little, I don't know why not. Cam's obviously admitting that things aren't right. So why not talk about it? And even furthermore than that, I wonder, I've talked about who's to blame, is it coaches, is it players? One thing that I really wanted to get a chance to ask Rivera about, and I'm not sure I'm going to get a chance to, is what are those conversations like with Cam when he refuses to not come out of the game, or what exactly is the threshold where Cam can't help the team? He said, I want to help out until I can't help the team. Well, what is that point? Is it when you throw more interceptions? Is it when you can't throw the ball 5 yards? Like, what is that point? And I think that Rivera just needs to step in and say, sorry, kid, your time is out for now. You got to get healed for the long term. Another quick item on Cam is on one of the videos that I've done recently, we're talking about Cam and his lack of effort, and he needs to start addressing. I think when he's deserving of criticism, absolutely, but to say that his lack of performance is because of his dress and he needs to spend more time in the film room, I think that's absurd, because one thing that Cam has done this year, which a lot of people have liked and has been a topic of discussion, is he posts so many videos of him doing water training, him doing running hills. He's like posted so much of how, the training that he does. And that's what he talked about yesterday in post-game, was just how frustrating this is because of how much work that he has put into making this a good season, and to taking care of his body and to getting condition. And then he's having these results where he can't get any strength out of that arm. So, criticize him for performance, but don't say he needs to stop dressing because he's not focusing on his game. That's, what he's supposed to dress like in 2 outfits. But anyway, moving on is the last thing I want to talk about is Devin Funchess and his future with the team. I don't know if there's going to be one. Certainly, I'm going to try to talk to Devin in the locker room this week and see if he'll sit down with me at the end of the season. I think that'd be a good video for us all to see, him candidly talking about the season and his future. But right now, Devin just had his second lowest snap count in his career last week. And I believe Bill Voth had tweeted something about Devin's had 4 targets in the past 2 games, and he's had half those be intercepted. I don't know if that's exactly right, but he's just been on a serious decline, and I don't feel that he's gonna be a fit just because as you look at his contract coming up, do we need this guy? No, let's get another younger guy. Let's get somebody who is trending upwards instead of downwards. Has nothing to do with what I want to happen for Devin, but that's just what I feel that would happen there. So my question for you guys that I'm going to leave in the comments below is, what do you think Devin Funchess' future will be for this team? Will he be on board? Will they re-sign him? Or will we let him go? Leave those comments below. If you're still watching at this point, please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications, and as always, thank you for watching.